So we want to take a look at the U.S. concept for warfighting functions. So we have intel, maneuver, fires, protection, sustainment tied together by mission command in an information environment that also features the human dimension. So we think about the division area. We're going to have a main battle area where the maneuver brigades and the fires are going to be defeating an enemy. And then we're either going to have a division rear or a division support area. Depending on if this is a non-linear fight, this might just be a support area. But if it was enemy coming in waves and we had a clear rear, we might call this a division rear. So we're going to place a support brigade somewhere that can receive theater level sustainment and then distribute that to the main battle area. Now there's going to be enemy in both locations, so we can't just place him where we want, because that might be where the enemy is. So I would like you to think about how we win is how we're going to organize intel and then use fires and maneuver to destroy the enemy. And those have to be integrated, intel, fires, and maneuver, starting with intel. And then in the rear area, or the support area, it's how do we survive so that we can sustain the main battle area. And again, we're going to be driven by intel. Where's the enemy? Where's the risk? And then balance sustainment and protection so that I'm going to decide where I want to sustain. Can I protect this against the enemy threat? Otherwise, move it to where I can support from. So I have to make a trade-off between sustainment and protection informed by intel, and now I can support forward. So this, how we win, and this, how we sustain and survive, is tied together by mission command. And so by communicating priorities to the sustainers and then deciding how much risk he can afford to accept, and then integrating these two different battle areas, we can come up with an integrated division plan. So I have to decide if I need to shift maneuver forces from here in order to increase my protection capability here. If I do too much of that, I don't have enough to win. But if I don't put any protection assets back here, the enemy is going to defeat my sustainment, and these guys will run out of ammunition and fuel. So there's a trade-off decision with respect to the use of maneuver assets. So I want you to notice that intel drives how we plan both of those areas. I really want to have an intel specialist who really understands how this sustainment area or consolidation area or rear area really functions and understands the difference between the enemy's capabilities back here than he is here. Typically up here we're talking about massing fires and maneuver to defeat large forces. Here we may be talking about a lot of distributed assets. So I can't mass all my combat power on small threats. I have to allocate assets in sufficient quantities to defeat them while preserving freedom of response later. So it's two different ways in which we might think about how the enemy fights and how we might actually respond. And so when we think about division sustainment then, we're not planning this in a vacuum. We're doing it in order to support a particular maneuver and fires profile. But we're also integrating with protection and intel to make sure that we can actually sustain this over long periods of time. Okay, so 6 warfighting functions tied together by mission command. They're not stovepipes. They actually must work together and then be integrated by mission command. Thanks. So I want to take a look at